Hi everyone, it's Susanna here, aka Zumbalicious Sus, as this video probably reach a few different platforms. I haven't done one of my videos for a while. I think it's like 3 months actually. So I really just wanted to touch base and find out, or just say hi, and I hope all of you are managing to keep safe and keep well. First of all, I really want to really give my condolences to anyone that has lost somebody that is close, someone that you know. There are at least 10 people that I know of that have actually passed as a result of the coronavirus. So, it's a time of great pain, it's a time of grief. People are full of anxiety, of worry, people are stressed, depressed. People just really don't know exactly what's going on. There's just so much going on right now. We have the coronavirus, then we have the protest, the Black Lives Matter campaign, and deaths, obviously, murders, violence, and history being made, statues coming down. There's a lot of unrest really at this present time. I really wanted just to check in, and I'm trying not to make this a long video. Just want to talk about self-care and touch on the physical aspects of self-care, how we can just care about ourselves a bit more during this time, pay a bit more attention to ourselves, touch a bit on mental aspects as well. There are lots of points. There's actually 20 points that I really want to focus on, so I'm only going to focus on 5 of them today, and over the next couple of weeks or few weeks I will bring the other points out. But yeah, I just want to say, it's difficult. Some people are working, other people have been furloughed, and so there's people that have found themselves with so much time on their hands. Not only that, we have the frontline workers, and they're out there doing a sterling job, and I give them maximum respect being out there on the front line. Their lives are at risk on a daily basis, and then some of them aren't even able to come home and see their families. So you can really begin to understand the physical and the mental aspects and struggles and issues that people are dealing with at this point in time. But one of the things I just wanted to bring a few points out, which I hope will help somebody out there, maybe to sort of refocus and bring some order to your day, to your life, that will make you feel so much better. I mean, that's one thing that I've started to do. Have a goal for every day, and that actually helps me to feel productive, helps me to feel focused, and it's something that I must achieve. Like today, I'm like, I must achieve this video. That was my goal. For one of the goals that I had for today was to complete this video, and I'm doing that now. By hook or by crook, I was going to get this video done today. So I just want to go through a few points really quickly. It'd be really good if you can just make a list, how you can promote self-care in your life and in your daily routine. What do you do to take care of yourself? Is there anything particular? Are you again, some of you will have children, as always, children come first, they take priority, but we need to look at how you can change that, at least get some me time. How do you get that? You need to have a plan in place, and especially as lockdown is easing, it may mean that you can drop the children off to someone, even if it's for an hour, that can give you some time to yourself. So what do you do to feel amazing? Even in this lockdown, You know, I've been putting on good clothes because it just makes me feel good. You know, sometimes I put my heels on and it sounds crazy. I put my heels on and I walk around the house. That makes me feel feminine. It makes me feel really good and it makes me feel sexy. It does. I love my heels. You know, how often do you take breaks if you're able to do that? How often do you have that alone time, as I've just mentioned? And do you at least have maybe at least an hour or so a day where you can really just have some downtime? And so what you need to do is to create some plan, a plan of how you can feel good again. Don't get bogged down, don't get in the dumps. There's so much going on, and it is enough to depress anyone. I'm going to be honest, it is enough to make people depressed. So you have to look at strategic ways to lift yourself above all the depression and the bad news that we are hearing. You know, so what can you do to lift yourself up? Maybe do a facial or get in the bath, have a nice bubble bath, just soak for an hour. You know, go and have a pedicure. Put your foot in a bucket or something that you have. Just soak your feet. Do something that's going to make you feel good and lifted. Another thing which is so important, seeing as we're getting so much bad news, negative news, I mean, it's not only on the TV, it's also on the, you know, we've got it readily available on our phones as well. So it's there every minute, you know, we can scroll and it's just pure bad news. So, I mean, disconnect. That is one thing. It's so important to just disconnect from all forms of technology. If you can do it for a day, you do it for a day. If you do it for half a day, do that. If you can just do it for a few hours, some people are working, so not able to do that, but disconnect from the screens, from all screens and from technology, and just give your mind a break so that you can get back in touch with yourself, okay? And it's a check. I mean, yesterday, I have to say, I watched a video. There's a guy who'd served in the military, armed forces, and for some reason, I mean, this was in America, he got pulled up and he was a black guy, and the police, I don't know for what reason, they had the guy on the floor and the policeman was literally on his back, and I just knew this man, he's not going to live. Little did they know that he actually, you know, he was in the armed forces. He laid down his life for that country, for America. And then a policeman was there basically extinguishing his life. And then they showed you that when he got to the hospital, you should have seen the state of the man. It's like he'd been really beat up really badly, and he was in intensive care. He was actually fighting for his life by the time they'd finished with him. And then I don't know, he had obviously his heart stopped, and then there must have been about 7 nurses there tried to resuscitate him, and the man's life was taken needlessly. And then you just heard his mum and just his whole family begin to wail. And for me, that was it. I just thought, you know something, that's it. That is my cut-off point. And I think for everyone, you know, I have been contributing to some conversations on Facebook, but there has to come a time that you have got to just cut off, because it will just send you. And that was it for me. That was tipping me over the edge. You know, I had to fall down on my knees and just pray to God and say, God, come on, intervene. You know, something needs to happen. And I felt so much pain and anguish for that family. And that was the point that I decided I'm done. And so we need to do that. Yeah. Disconnect from everything, to give you time to get back in touch with yourself. Don't send yourself over the edge, especially if you're on your own. It will drive you crazy, trust me. You know, you may get bored and want to twiddle your fingers, but that's where making the plan firsthand comes into place, where you have something, plans in place that you can go and do something else, okay? Cook yourself a nice meal. Do something nice for yourself. A nice meal, nice healthy meal. You know, I'm not promoting, okay, a bit of chocolate. I mean, I do like my sweets. That is my weakness, you know, but everything in moderation. But cook yourself a really nice healthy meal that you know is doing your body the world of good. And knowing that you're good enough and you're worth having the best possible meal. You're worth having a healthy meal, okay? So it's about investing in your own health, and that is so important. That's something that, if those of you that know me, I advocate that. I'm all about exercise. I don't diet particularly, but when we talk about having a healthy diet, it's just looking at healthy choices. So look at doing that. There's lots of people coming out of lockdown. That isn't what my talk is about today. I will do another talk on health and fitness. They're coming out overweight, and that in itself is making you feel depressed and feel down. So you have to do something about it. Don't just talk about it, don't get down about it. Have an action plan and start doing something. You know, how about a hobby? Pick up a hobby. You know, something that I've been doing. I've been studying a lot. I've also been reading, and oh my gosh, I've learned so much within these last 3 months. And educate yourself during this period. Use it wisely. You know, that's all about self-care, educating yourself on a subject that perhaps you didn't know much about. That is loving yourself enough to take yourself to another level. How about that? You know, I've learned so many new words as well. It's just amazing. That just fascinates me. I just go through the book and I'm like, gosh, what does this word mean? And at the back of my book, I've got so many new words that I didn't even know. And so it just expands your vocabulary. Do something different, yeah? That's what I want to do, something that's creative. It could be exercise as well. And maybe you can't do it on your own. Find somebody that's interested. You know, lockdown has been eased, so you can meet other people, socially distance. And you can do exercise, do something creative, do something really positive with the time that you have. And this is my last point that I'm going to speak about today, and it's about go and see a friend. I mean, lockdown was so difficult, you know, because our friends and our family, we felt so far away from them. And yes, you know, we could talk to them on the phone or even on Zoom or via a video call, but there's nothing better than face-to-face physical contact, seeing someone face-to-face. So now that lockdown has been easing, you know, go and meet a friend, go to the park, sit down, have a picnic or have a spot of lunch. Just get out the house, go and meet someone. You know, I think it was earlier this week, I think it may have been Saturday, I spoke to my friend. I haven't spoken to her for a very, very long time. And, you know, we always could talk. We were on the phone for like 2.5 hours. And I tell you what, we laughed and we reminisced. We put the world to rights. And I tell you, by the time I came off that call, I felt so good. I felt really like recharged, invigorated. I felt, oh gosh, really alive. I had a good laugh. I'll tell you, laughter is such a good medicine. So you need to reach out to people, and because, you know, this season that we're in, it's so depressing, it's oppressive as well. So you need to make positive steps to change your environment, do something different. Yeah, so meet up, go somewhere nice, call someone if you can't get out, have a video chat, okay? So, you know, real human connection on a one-to-one level, it is very valuable, and it's so important for our mental health. I really hope you're all doing well, and you need to look after yourself, look after your family, and as I say, you know, reach out and touch somebody, reach out to someone during this period. Don't be an island on your own, don't be a nomad, don't suffer in silence. I read in yesterday online where there was a young guy, he wanted to go and stay with his girlfriend. I think he's only about 16 or something like this, and his mum said absolutely no way. His girlfriend was over 100 miles away because he just could not cope with being apart from her. And his mother kept on saying, no, you got to stay here, I don't want you to go there, this is your home, you want to be safe. And they had a big argument. He left the house and he never returned, and up to now they don't even know where he is. He lived somewhere down the coast, and someone remembers seeing him near the cliffs, and that is it. That the guy has disappeared off the face of the earth. So, you know, just check in with people to see how they're doing. Try and gauge where they are mentally, you know, and let's just be good to each other. I think it was Jerry Springer who used to say, be good to yourself and be good to each other. And that's it. Just take care, guys, and I will speak to you very, very soon. All right, take care now. Bye.